Yes, people, what's going on? What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. As always, make sure that you lot are smashed up the likes. Make sure that you're subscribing to the channel. Roll to 10K, like I keep saying, people. We just touched 5.3K, so love to all the new subscribers. We should hopefully be getting 6K by the end of the year. You know what I mean? So you lot, make sure that you keep subscribing, man. You know what I mean? Lateness is greatness, like Matisse likes to say. I've just come home from my my work Christmas party. I was actually gonna push out the video tomorrow, people, but I've got home. Listen, I've had a few drinks, but I'm not even that burst, in all honesty. So I thought, you know what? Let me push this video out, give the people some content that they can wake up to if you live in the UK. And obviously, if you don't live in the UK, you're probably going to be watching this, you know, in the evening or afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. You know what I'm saying? But listen, this game went exactly how I sort of expected it to go. You know, I wasn't gonna take these lot lightly. Let me even remind myself their names are Heidenheim. Yeah, I was not gonna take Heidenheim lightly because end of the day they're playing in the Bundesliga up against the likes of Dortmund, Bayern Munich. I checked their form, you know, beforehand, and it's not the best form at the minute. You know, they're near the bottom of the table. In their last 4 games before they played us, they lost 3 of them and only won 1 of them. So I was looking at it and saying, okay, this is a team that's not on form in comparison to us who are on form, right? But one of the main things I was looking at is how are the B team going to do up against opposition that are not like Noah, that are not like Genk, right? Because you're actually playing against better opposition. Let's be real about it, right? And people are going to be looking at this game a little bit more different. It's a little bit more serious. You know what I mean? You need to be more on your A game. You can't get away with you know, lacking quality in this game, because at the end of the day, yes, they're nearly bottom of the table in the Bundesliga, but I'm sure these lot have some quality in their team, right? Because they played in a decent league, right? And you know, looking at the lineup, to be fair, like, you know, looking at João Felix on the bench, that's kind of an indication to me now that Maresca's probably looking at him for the weekend against Aston Villa. I'm not sure if he will start because he came on, to be fair, but it does show now that he's probably going to have a little bit more trust. You know, when he's looking at João on the bench, it's not like before he's telling him to go sit back down. Probably going to tell him, yo, come, I trust you now to get a little 10-minute run up against tired legs, you know, because I know you're going to work hard off the ball now, right? I know you're going to try and create some chances for us in the final third, right? They're the sort of things that you want to be doing. And the likes of Nkuku and that, I was looking at them today to make sure that they had good performances, because you're playing against, you know, respectable opposition, yeah? Sancho, Felix, you know, Mudryk and Nkuku. I was looking at all of these guys today. Make sure that you lot turn up, right? I want you lot to all be knocking on the door, because we've got a lot of games coming up now between now and Christmas. You know what I mean? Jorgensen, bro. We're going to get into him because he was fantastic today. Man of the match performance today, yeah? And you don't know how long I've been talking about this guy, because like I said, I'm very lucky because I've got Y-Scout, right? And I watched a lot of this guy's games. Over 60 goals that his team conceded last year. And he was having to save them time and time again. And like I keep saying, he's very comfortable on the ball. And we saw that again today. You know what I mean? But overall, you know, in terms of the lineup, it's what I expected it, really, apart from obviously João Felix, Mark Gill up top, and Nkuku in the half space, which was good, with Dewsbury Hall more in the left half space. You had Sancho right wing, Mudryk left wing, you know, Disasi right back, which I hate, but unfortunately, Achimpong is not in the squad right now. I know he was training the other day, but it looks like there's a little bit of a standoff right now of the contracts. Gusto's not fit, of course. Then you had Tosin in the middle, Badiashile left centre back, and then obviously Vega was meant to be left back, but majority of the game he was basically inverting next to Cassidy. And in all honesty, listen, in the first half, I was seeing us, you know, beating their press a lot. They were pressing us quite high, was beating it, especially through the midfield. Right, in the first half, we weren't really using the wingers as much. We kept going through the midfield, through to Cassidy, through to the likes of Dewsbury Hall, and Nkuku getting some nice, tidy touches on there. And Mark Gill as well. He was dropping in quite deep, linking up quite well. Listen, was creating some good chances for Gill today. A lot of it, to be honest, like some of them were scrappy, but it was a chance that he got in the box where Mudryk kind of cut it back, and it went past Nkuku's foot, and Gill tried to shoot. And that one there, man, it should be going in, bro. You know what I mean? He kind of shot in a way where it was like he was just trying to get it on target, right? But for me there, bro, hit it across your body, right? Hit it across your body there and put it in the other corner, because that was a good chance that he had in that first half, you know? The movement was very good, you know, getting in behind, like I said, the link up, the way he was dropping into the hole, the way Jackson does. Again, showing that the second team are understanding exactly what Maresca wants, yeah? Doesn't matter who comes in, we're seeing us playing the exact same way. And I'm seeing that more and more and more. You know what I mean? Especially with that line as well. Talk about that line, the amount of offsides that we won today. Because that line that we're playing here from outside of the box, where we just use that as a guide, stay there and just wait for the team to just find themselves offside. That was very, very good today. You know what I mean? But in terms of Mark Gill's performance, I thought he was decent today. One thing that he needs to do is stop being so erratic. When he gets in front of goal, I feel if you play football, you know what I'm going to say here. I feel like he thinks the ball's gone in before it's actually gone in. And bro, you need to just relax yourself and make sure that you bury it first before you think about celebrating and before you think about your Instagram post and these things. Yeah, because his movement is fantastic, very good movement. He gets himself in dangerous areas, but it's just that final bit of end product that he needs to work on. And I'm not worried about him. He's still young, man. He's gonna grow. The more confidence that he gets, you know, the more coaching he gets. You know what I mean? The more he starts to play with these guys, he'll start to learn these things. You know what I'm saying? But that's the main thing that I would say for him. He just needs to make sure that he's a little bit more composed in front of goal. I thought Nkuku was much better in that half space. You know what I'm saying? Getting on the ball. There's a point where he ran past like two guys and he just cut it back to Dewsbury. I thought Dewsbury was quite sloppy in the first half, in all honesty. Some of his passes were going off the pitch. They were a bit, you know, inaccurate. But I thought he grew into the game, especially in the second half. I didn't really think Mudryk was involved, in all honesty, in the first half. He put in a couple crosses which didn't really get to anyone. But apart from that, like I said, a lot of the game was played in the midfield. And Jorgensen, bro. Listen, the defense today, they weren't bad, but they were just average, I would say. And these lot had a couple chances. Like in the first half, if you can remember, people, there was a time where Jorgensen had to save it at his near post on the left, right? And he did that. There's this thing that Jorgensen does where he's semi-standing up and he just waits for the ball to just whack his chest. Yeah, he done that early doors. And when I saw him do that early doors, I said, yeah, I could just tell this guy's gonna have a good game today, right? They had another chance where he just saved it with his hand, strong hand there. Because some keepers, Kepa, for example, he's gonna let that hit his fingers and go in. Yeah, Jorgensen, that was a very, very good save. And when keepers are making those saves quite early, it gets them warm. You know what I mean? It's the equivalent of strikers having multiple shots on goal quite early. It gets them warm. It gets them in the mood for the game. Obviously, you don't want your keeper getting peppered, of course, but that was a very good save from Jorgensen, right? And the rest of the game, people, yeah, the rest of the game, this brother, every single time the ball's at his feet, I don't get nervous like what I do with Sanchez, yeah? And I've been saying this for ages. If you look at the little touches that he takes, if you look at how he moves the ball from the right foot to his left foot, so he can have a different angle on it, right? This guy must have been playing as a midfielder or something growing up. Because some of the touches I'm seeing him having from the back are very, very good. Very, very composed. Even his passing is more assured. There was a time where he just gave a simple pass straight through the midfield, and I'm not seeing it bobbling. You know, I'm not seeing it struggle to get to the person like what it does with Sanchez. I'm not seeing the player that's picking up the ball there like a Casadei or a Vega having to struggle to go and get the ball. Yeah? I'm not seeing him making some stupid decisions from the back when he can see that someone's getting pressed, like what Sanchez did to Caicedo the other day against Leicester. I don't see these things when Jorgensen's playing at the back, right? This is why I'm struggling to get my head around this whole situation with Jorgensen and Sanchez. Yeah? The ironic thing here is that our scouting team are very good. We've got more hits than misses with the scouting team, right? And they have found a keeper that can do exactly what Maresca wants him to do in terms of on the ball, very comfortable. Sometimes even making yourself as an extra man on the pitch, like an extra centre back on the pitch, coming out to do that, right? Good shot stopper, which for me, he is. Yeah. In terms of his shot collection and that, we still need to see more, in all honesty. But when I was seeing it last season, it was quite good as well. He commands his area quite well. He's 6'4", exactly like Sanchez, right? So I don't understand what Sanchez has got to do to get drops. Because right now, he's not pulling up any strings. You know what I mean? He's not pulling up nothing right now. Yeah? Giving away penalties, just making us scared. And like I said, people, when you're at the games, you just feel it in the crowd with Sanchez. You feel the moan and the groaning. Every time he gets on the ball, we're just like, you know what I mean? And I know he hears us. Yeah? Jorgensen, I'm praying he can start at the weekend, people. Let me just read some of his stats here. Because that performance today, right, was a brilliant performance. Yeah? So today, he had 11 saves today, people. Yeah? 64 touches on the ball, 37 out of 44 accurate passes as well. You know, 11 long balls here. Very good performance from him, man. In the second half, there was a time when he had to make a double save. The guy was literally through on goal. Because in the second half, we got a little bit complacent. We'll talk about the goals in a second, but we got a little bit complacent in the second half, right? But he made some very good saves. Again, he stood himself up like he did in the first half, hits him, and then he goes down for the second save that he had to make as well, right? Very, very good performance from him, man. And listen, I'm praying that he finally finds his way into the 11 by the time it's Christmas. I can't be going into 2025 with Sanchez still in goal, right? Because the moment Jorgensen comes in, I've got a strong feeling we're not going to be looking at Sanchez again. He's going to be a cup keeper, and hopefully in the summer you move him on, right? Because as much as he's got the attributes to be a top keeper in terms of his height, in terms of his cross collection, in terms of his saving at times, that guy just has a bozo moment in him every single time. Every single time. And that's exactly why he was third choice at Brighton. Yeah? Fantastic performance from Jorgensen. You know what I mean? And then with Nkunku, like I said today, I thought that was one of his better performances. I thought he took the goal very well. I thought in the second half, Sancho grew into the game a lot more. He was getting more touches on the ball. There was one point where he dropped his shoulder, ran past my man, got in the box, tried to create something. Nothing really came from it, right? But you could see that the intention was there. And one thing I keep saying about Sancho, bro, that weight of pass, yeah? Madueke needs to learn from Sancho in terms of his weight of pass and decision-making in the box. Because Madueke, go check the stats. He's entered the box the most times. What does he do when he gets in there, people? I've spoken about his end product for time. People think I don't criticize Noni and that. Bro, all I like from Noni, the main thing I speak about of Noni is how direct he is. But I've always said, my caveat for him is he's very direct, but he needs to improve his end product, right? And that's exactly what Sancho has. Sancho has end products in abundance, people, yeah? The little weight of passes, the little passes around the corner, right? For the goal that we scored for Nkunku's goal, like I've said, he gets in the corner, passes it back to Nkunku. Very, very good touch from Nkunku, by the way, the first touch. And to just bury it like that. Yeah? He's definitely the best finisher at this club right now. Yeah? He should have buried the second chance that he got as well when Felix played it straight through to him. I don't know why he tried to take it on his left foot. He had so much time there to take it on his right and probably even do that little chip that he likes to do. Yeah? Or just finesse it with your right foot. I don't know why he tried to take it on his left and he slowed down there as well. It wasn't good. But overall, he just looked a lot more comfortable when he was playing in that position in the central areas. It's just a bit peak for him because he's got Palmer ahead of him. I think Maresca prefers Felix in that pocket as well as over Nkunku as well. I can't lie. I think Nkunku, look, Felix in the half space is probably better than Nkunku in all honesty. Like he just turns on it, running that man. But I'd probably say obviously Nkunku is definitely the better finisher. You know what I'm saying? But listen, really, really good performance from Nkunku. He deserved that goal, in all honesty, and he could have had another. He could have had another goal, you know, if he was more clinical. But after that, he went off with an injury. He just looked more like sort of cramp precaution to take him off. I think he'll be good at the weekend, in all honesty. But listen, I thought Sancho had a very, very good game, and for that very, very good second half even, and for that second goal that we scored as well, the link-up play between him and Dewsbury Hall, really, really good. You know what I mean? Sancho's a different type of profile. People think, you know, he's going to be this direct guy like a Noni. And to be fair, today, he took on his man quite a lot. And he actually got 3 take-ons completed, the most from anyone. Because Mudryk wasn't really taking on his man on that side. Yeah, Mudryk, like I said, wasn't really involved in the game as much today. Yeah. But even though he wasn't, he scored a very, very good goal. That's what top players do. Yeah. I'm not saying Mudryk is there yet, but that's what you want him to be doing. You want him to get into the hang of that. Even if he's not playing at his best, he can still get us an assist. He can still get us a goal. Right? He can still help us with numbers right now, people. You know what I mean? He needs to make sure that he carries it on, man, because he's improving right now. He's improving. Yeah? And like I said, the little link-up play with Sancho, he's loving it right now because he was starving at United. At United, he's giving the ball to Bruno. The ball's just getting fizzed over the bar. Yeah? At Chelsea, he gets the ball back. You know what I mean? Good performance from him, man. But listen, overall, like I've said, from this game, the main thing for me is we need to start Jorgensen in the Prem now, man. We need to start him. You know what I mean? I'm sick and tired. I can't be dealing with Sanchez anymore, people. Yeah? Got a big game against Aston Villa. I don't want to be dropping stupid points at the weekend because Sanchez has decided to do another stupid thing. You know what I mean? Last year, we ended up losing that game. Gusto gave away a foul, and it was a red card. For me, that wasn't even a red card. You know, we had Sterling doing some stupid shit in front of goal again. You know? Aston Villa not on the greatest form right now, people. You know what I'm saying? The likes of Nkunku, you know, Sancho, they've given they've given Maresca something to think about. You know what I mean? Madueke, for example, watching that performance from Sancho today, you're thinking, yo, I know Sancho's been playing on the left, but bro, if he carries this on, he could take my place. And that's what I want to be seeing. Yeah. Noni, like I keep saying, bro, you need to do more in that final third. We can't keep breaking down attacks like this. Yeah. Sancho rarely breaks down our attacks when he gets in the box. Right? IQ's up there. Up there. And that's something that Noni can improve on. Just watch these guys in training, bro. See how they do it. Yeah. It's all about the timing. When Sancho sees the pass, he will just play it. Noni takes too long. By the time he tries to make the pass, he's getting tackled. Yeah. By the time he tries to make the pass, the player that he's passing to, he's got someone there marking him. You know what I'm saying? But people, let me know, man, what your thoughts are about this one. It's a business as usual. I'm glad that we took this seriously. Cassidy, I thought he had a very good game as well. It's a shame that he had to go off at the end of the game. He got 2 yellows, so he came off. But I thought he was very, very good in there. I don't want to see Cassidy playing in the pivot in the Prem, of course, but I thought he was very good in there. Vega, I thought in the first half was very good. You know, very press resistant, confident. I thought in the second half he was a little bit sloppy in parts, but overall I thought he had a good game. The defense, like I said, I thought they were just okay. But again, that offside line, listen, that's something that Maresca actually learned from Pellegrini. That's something that he learned from him. You know, and against Arsenal, when they scored their goal, it didn't work. We tried to do it there. It didn't actually work. But when you see it working like today, you know, let me just check the stats here, people. Yes, they had 6 offsides. We had 0. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that. Whatever Maresca's teaching them there is working. Very risky, but it worked against these men today. You know what I'm saying? But listen, people, as I said, let me know what you thought about the game. Let me know what you think about my thoughts as well. Let me know who your man of the match was. I think everyone's going to be picking the same person, man. You know what I mean? Jorgensen must start, people. He must start. In a bit. Love.